There are a few heroes in For Honor that make people angry. You have Virtuoso with their gameplay. You have Orochi, who is just annoying. And then you have Jiren, who literally has everything and does everything better than most heroes in the game. And then there's Hitokiri, who still gets hate despite there being other heroes that are very annoying and do so much damage and have hyper armor. Hitokiri did get a buff from the last patch, which is an okay buff, but even with that, Hitokiri will just continue to get flamed and constantly hated on. Heck, many players hate fighting a Hitokiri either in duels or Dominion due to the unblockable heavies, variable timed heavies, hyper armor, and constant aggressive pressure that makes you feel exhausted afterward. Some people might just uninstall the game after. But there are some good reasons why people hate Hitokiri, still to this day. I mean, it could be just from the unblockable heavies, hyper armor overall, and just the heavy on red a little bit that's kind of there, but not at the same time. It's a little bit there. I don't know. It could be just me. So in this video, I will break down my opinions on why Hitokiri is still hated in For Honor. Hitokiri is infamously known for their heavies, because they are endless heavies that Hitokiri can spam infinitely until the stamina bar is at 0. And not only that, but the heavies themselves have hyper armor to them as well. Back when Hitokiri was launched, Hitokiri was the most feared hero that a lot of people did not want to fight against. Hell, fighting 4 of them in Dominion was just pure hell. But Hitokiri gained a reputation of Heby. Why people say that is because, well, they just know that Hitokiris will just throw one move, which is the heavy, and that's it. Or some are just throwing their heavy attacks over and over again, since they are just endless and have hyper armor, and that's pretty much it. And not just only the regular heavies, but the unblockable heavies have hyper armor to them as well, which was a nightmare to deal with back then too. And Hitokiri now, in today's meta now, is the exact same as launch Hitokiri a bit. Just not too OP like before, but still a bit scary to fight sometimes. Not all the time, but there are those times that will make you just want to quit your games early if you face a Hitokiri. Hitokiri's heavy attack deals 24 damage on top and 22 on the sides. The top heavy unblockable deals 30, while the sides deal 32 damage for unblockables. Those damage numbers are big, hence why she is very depressing to fight in certain game modes. But anyways, everyone hates Hitokiri because players will abuse the heavies and hyper armor that this hero has in their moves. Some Hitokiri mains will abuse the heavies and only use them all the time and not think at all, which can be very frustrating for others who will make you just furious with Hitokiri and hate the hero even more. Now, I did talk about hyper armor only a little bit with the heavies, but with Hitokiri overall, they are pure hyper armor. And when you have a hero that is just all hyper armor and having hyper armor with unblockables too, it will get you hated big time. Now, other heroes have hyper armor in their moves too. One example is Warlord. Warlord has hyper armor in his moves with his heavies too, but his heavies are not infinite chain heavies like Hitokiri. You also have Berserker, which the majority of the community also hate this hero, for the exact same reason. They can unga bunga with their lights and heavies and can abuse their hyper armor like it's nothing too. And then you have Jiren, who pretty much can do anything in the game, but he is still very strong despite being nerfed. He has hyper armor from his heavy hold and zone and pretty much the entire thing. Like, he just has unblockables, hyper armor, everything. Like, bro is just insane. Now, the thing that is different about Hitokiri though is that they have the hyper armor and the heavies to abuse it over and over and over again, so that people will just blame the hyper armor and get angry that Hitokiri has a lot of hyper armor, which people also hate. Or like, they just hate hyper armor so much. Like, if you just explain hyper armor or you just talk about hyper armor to anyone, they will get so angry that they probably just will not play For Honor again. Some people will get angry about it, some people don't, they just deal with it. It's just what it is. If you make a hero that has hyper armor only and a spammable move, that hero will still be hated by the majority of the community. Hitokiri is a brain dead hero because you really don't have to think at all when playing with this hero. You have heavies, kicks, and a sweep that many don't use as much, and you have the side dodge heavy attacks, but we don't talk about that too much. You don't have to take Hitokiri seriously or really think about what move to throw next whenever you're fighting someone in a 1v1 sometimes. It does depend on who you are facing. Some people might abuse Hitokiri's kit and spam. Others will actually think and use mix-ups. You can definitely take Hitokiri in the forest and just spam your heavies and not think about anything at all, and just watch you get kills everywhere and abuse the external heavies and so on, which will get people pretty angry dealing with the Hitokiri that uses external heavies. Well, everyone gets angry over external heavies, but for this video, it's really about Hitokiri, so yeah. Now, with all that said, Hitokiri is a Braindead hero because she has a basic move that is spammable, mainly their heavies, and you don't even have to think most of the time, only when you are getting pieced up. But sometimes you won't even need to think whenever playing with Hitokiri, and that can make people just hate the hero and also the player too for pretty much just using the heavy. But mainly it's the hero, since they pretty much have a basic moveset. Now this is one important thing that I did not talk about, so listen up. Hitokiri can do variable timed heavies too. Now you may be thinking, what are variable timed heavies? You mainly change the timing of your attacks. So if you are just spamming the same heavy attack over and over again, and then you change the attack or the timing of that attack on like your third or fourth heavy, you change his timing or delayed it. Either way, it's mainly changing the timing of the heavies. Now, variable timed heavies really piss people off a lot in this game. You think Hitokiri is the only one? There are other heroes that have variable timed heavies that also receive some hate for it. Shigoki is one of them. Shigoki has heavies that can be changed or delayed whenever the player throws the attack out. You can do variable timed heavies with Shigoki to just screw your opponent's pattern over, knowing that they will parry that heavy, but hey, you switched it up and they didn't parry it. It's like one of the most frustrating things to deal with. It's one of the reasons why Hitokiri will still get hated. Knowing that Hitokiri can do variable timed heavies alongside having hyper armor, making a devastating combo that everyone would dislike. Now you can still see the variable timed heavies coming. It's all about having the awareness and patience and blocking it. It's still a heavy, just delayed or just really the timing of it changed up at the start. It really catches the people who like to parry everything and mainly react to every single thing. That's pretty much what variable timed heavies are made for, kind of. Just to change up the timing and just see what your opponent might throw or what they will do, if they react to it or not. It just really shows like, okay, are you gonna parry this or are you gonna block this? Like, that's pretty much what it is, just to confuse them a little bit. Now, I did say that Hitokiri can be brain dead in 4s, but there are times where you will face maybe 1, 2, or maybe 4 Hitokiris in Dominion, and they are nightmares to deal with if you face 4 of them. Just hyper armor, external trades, and Hitokiri's 4th feat too, which can one-shot by the way, but you have to have someone help you with it, mainly guard breaking the person to get it off. Because it's parryable. You can parry that 4th feat, the 4th feat that basically one-shots, you can parry that. It's not that hard to parry. Now, there are some players that will use Hitokiri's kit by using constant pressure mix-ups with the lights, heavies, and sweep, and kicks to their advantage, as Hitokiri has a really basic kit for anyone to get used to Hito. But the point is that Hitokiri can be very frustrating to deal with in Dominion, that many people would just up and quit. I mean, in Dominion, Hitokiri can use those external heavies that have hyper armor to them, so you can just target swap, external, or just pretty much do all of that just to get your kills. And many people just hate that that happens, honestly. Well, they really just hate external heavies in general, but with Hitokiri especially, having the hyper armor to be able to just trade blows and deal a lot of damage can really just get you angry, man. It really can. It can just be very frustrating to deal with 4 Hitos that can just abuse their hyper armor to win the game and abuse the external heavies and so on, and be a bit coordinated and whatnot. It can be very tiresome and just exhausting. My final say about Hitokiri is that Hitokiri is a heavy that has a very basic moveset, with heavies that can be changed upon the startup, and they can be very frustrating to deal with in 4s. If you deal with 4 of them, yeah, I would say just quit. I'm just messing. No, you don't want to quit at all, guys. Like, don't quit if you see 4 Hitokiris. Just ride it out, play against them, and just try to do your best against any type of character in general. Like, if you're facing like 4 Hitokiris, 4 Hatuns, or even 4 Shigokis, just try to ride it out and just play against them and everything. Hitokiri has hyper armor everywhere, which makes them a hero that is a problem too, and Hitokiri has spammable heavies that are infinite and can be very annoying to deal with overall. Like, just the fact that Hitokiri can just spam their heavies over and over again, and it has hyper armor too, and in most cases, you can't even get your guard break off sometimes. Like, they'll just continue to spam the heavy if you try to just go for a guard break, or if you try to just block it all the time, or try to dodge, they can just change the timing and just catch you during that dodge or someone. It's very, very crazy. You don't even have to think at all with Hitokiri. because you can just abuse the hyper armor with the heavies too, and the unblockable heavies as well. Now, let me tell you guys this, there are times where some Hitokiris will actually use their entire kit, use the sweeps and the kicks, and use the lice to advantage as well, and they will try to just mix you up and actually continue the damage to their opponent, and just actually use the right mix-ups and so on. But it's just Hitokiri gets hated because of one word, and that is Heby. That is why Hitokiri is hated. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to join the community, and let me know in the comments, why do you not like Hitokiri? Let me know, what do you guys think about Hitokiri and why do you not like them? Like, let me know in the comments below. And be sure to hype the video up and join the community again if you're new by subscribing and joining in. Anyways, I am TheGamingRaptor. I will see you guys in the next video. Alrighty guys, peace out.